Hello, I'm Vila Spiderhawk, and I'm going to read an excerpt from Forrest Song, Little Mother. This book is available for $2.99 at Amazon's Kindle store, at Barnes & Noble's Nook store, and at my website, www.vilaspiderhawk.com. Having settled the problem of where I would live, I searched with more attention for any special stones that Tranach might have hidden for me, though I still wasn't sure if he or Matkalassu had been the one to scatter them about. I found a piece of amber as big as my head and a zincite the size of my fist. While deposits of both were commonly found deep within the Polish soil, they should not have lain among the leaves and the green shoots probing their way into spring. Nor should they have been perfect orbs. On our way back, we discovered a chunk of carnelian leaning against a boulder, and a few paces later, a piece of cobalite, both stones from Africa. Only Tranach had traveled around the world. Only he would have had access to those stones. If my teacher had left them, I knew she'd have done it by pilfering them from his collection, and she wouldn't have taken anything of his unless he had given permission. "Did you find any stones that caught your eye?" He winked when we arrived back at the site. "No, those logs go over there." He swept his arms to the right, then glancing at the bears, he flashed a gap-toothed grin at me. "Nothing special," I teased. "Just ordinary rocks." His jaw dropped. He frowned. I had his absolute attention. Shoving his rumpled, ever-present cap to the back of his head, he grated his scalp, his glance flitting from me to the cart and back to me. I shrugged again and ordered the giggles bubbling behind my teeth to settle in my throat, or better, in the pit of my belly. They would not be contained. Tickling my tongue, they sputtered from my lips. Head tilted, he laughed, clapped his hands, and chafed his palms. "You got me, funny bunny." In 2 long strides, he had draped himself over the cart. He plucked the apple of zincite and handed it to me. The humor evaporated from his face, and a father's affection glimmered from his eyes. "Do you know what this is?" The stone stung my hands with the scintillation of a star. Reflexively, I dropped it back into the cart and checked my palms for blisters or chars. I nodded. My hands were both whole and pink. "And you know about its magic?" Matkalassu had taught me everything I knew about women's mysteries and the plants and the beasts, but Tranach was our resident expert on stones. All the wisdom I possessed about rocks and stones I had gleaned from his patient instruction. Again I nodded, preparing myself for a quiz. Instead, he gathered my hands in his and went on. "You'll need this to synthesize your physical power, your psychic energy, and your creativity. You'll draw on it to organize like-minded people so your work can be successfully done." Looking back at the cart, he petted the stone. It sizzled to his touch. "Embed it in your chimney, low enough that you can touch it. The stone will serve you well. All of them will." He mounded the planted gems at my feet. They all should be part of your hearth. He barked another order, then returned to me. And Judy, no rock is ordinary. Again, this is from Forest Song, Little Mother. This book is available at Amazon's Kindle store, at Barnes & Noble's Nook store, and at my website, www.vilaspiderhawk.com.